Hey, Mrs. Eggering here, and I'm going to teach you about some research tips and tricks today. The first thing we're going to learn about is called Reader. Okay, first things first is we have to use Safari to use these tips. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open Safari. You might have to start a new tab, so you're going to just tap that plus button and it'll open a new tab. Your search bar here acts as like Google. So I'm gonna go ahead and search my invention, which is the wheelchair. So when I type in wheelchair, look how many results come up. So I could spend time scrolling through all of this. However, if I look at it, it really is more so trying to get me to buy a wheelchair. So like 1-800-wheelchair, and then like the questions that are there, like can you get a free wheelchair? How much does a wheelchair cost? Then there's even a link to Amazon and more pictures. And then all of those prices, they're pretty much trying to get me to buy one. So I'm going to add the word invention. I would recommend that you do that as well, since that's what you guys are learning about. It narrows it down. And so now it's going to pull up things about like early wheelchairs and who invented it and how it was invented and things like that. So I'm gonna scroll down. I can stop at the first one, which is Wikipedia, but I'm gonna stop at Encyclopedia Britannica. That's just an encyclopedia, and it's very, very safe and has accurate information. Now, I can scroll through this, I can try and read it, but do you see all this junk off to the side? There's like ads. I'm not sure why I have a grandma ad. I guess they're trying to tell me I'm old. So at the top, do you see those two A's? If I tap that and I tap show reader, now look how pretty this looks. It took out all the junk, and now it is just the article that I was trying to read. So now I can see it a lot better. Did you know that using keywords is really important? If you type out a whole sentence, your Google search might get kind of confused. However, if you use keywords like the name of your invention and then the word invention, it will greatly take down the number of results that you're going to get, and it will help you narrow down your search. Okay, we are going to alter something in our settings. So I'm going to click settings, and on the left-hand menu, I'm going to go down to accessibility. And there's a lot of different options here, but I'm going to look at spoken content. So if I tap that, again, there's a lot of options. I'm looking at that very first one called speak selection. I want to toggle that on. Then I'm going to look at the third one, which is called highlight content. I'm going to tap on it and I want to turn that on. Let me show you what that's going to do. If I long press and I can highlight a sentence or two, I can really highlight as much as I want. And I have an option now that says speak.
Wheelchairs may have entered Europe about the 12th century, along with the Wheelchairs may have entered Europe about the 12th century, along with the wheelbarrow. However, the first recorded use of self-propelled chairs by disabled people in Europe dates to the 17th century.
How many times have you been reading research and you have no idea what it says because the words are too hard? This is the perfect tool for you. If you are unsure if you are reading an opinion article, what I would do is find one of your facts. If you are able to find that same fact on another website, chances are it's true. However, if you're having trouble finding it in another place, or you find something that says the exact opposite, chances are you might be reading an opinion article on accident. Another great tool is split screen. I'm going to tap the three dots in the middle at the top, and I'm going to tap split view. It pulls Safari off to the side, and then I can pull up an app like Notes. I can open a new note so that I can take notes on what I am learning about. And the coolest part about this is I can go ahead and type things, or I can do that long press and highlight a sentence again. And if I hold that whole sentence, you're going to see it start to float. And I can drag it off to the right-hand side, and you'll see that it just adds to my notes. So now, watch me do that again. I'm going to highlight a sentence that I want to keep and I want to remember. And I'm going to long hold on it. You'll see it start to float, and then I'm going to drag it over and it will save there. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm just going to copy and paste all of the things that another article has, because that's called plagiarism. However, it is a great note-taking tool to help you write. Now that you have learned some tips and tricks, let's let the research begin.